Hello and welcome to episode number 534 of Smart Podcast Trashy Books. It is time for spooky season cover Snark. We have got crimes against Tom Hardy. We have questionable titles. We have so much visual silliness. There's background barking of support from Zeb. It's just mayhem. I want to thank David T. Cole from many, many podcasts that I listen to for helping me figure out how to add images. You should, fingers crossed, be able to see the covers on your screen when we talk about them. If this feature works, please let me know because I'm really excited to try this. I hope it works. I really hope it works. I also want to say hello and welcome, hi, to our newest Patreon members, Catherine, Nikki, Rachel, and Roxana. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon. And hello to everyone in the Smart Podcast Patreon Discord. Yay! We are hanging out. We're sharing recipes. We're sharing book recs. And we're sharing pictures of our pets because what else is the internet for? If you want to join us, come have a look at our podcast Patreon at patreon.com/smartbitches. Every pledge keeps the show going and makes sure that every episode has a transcript. Hello, Garlic Knitter. Monthly pledges start at $1 a month. Thank you again to the Patreon community for keeping me going each week. This episode is brought to you in part by Athletic Greens. If you're looking for an all-in-one supplement to start your day and you would like one that tastes good, take a look at Athletic Greens. I started taking Athletic Greens because it is easy. It contains everything that I need and want in a supplement. It's very fast and it tastes really good. First thing in the morning, 1 scoop, cold water, and I'm done. It is so easy and my stomach never gets upset either. Athletic Greens is lifestyle friendly. It's vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, and contains less than a gram of sugar with no GMOs. It has over 7,000 five-star reviews and is a climate-neutral certified company. It's great for travel, too. The convenient travel packs are so easy to bring along, especially if I'm changing time zones and I don't know when I'll be hungry or what will be available. The older I get, the more changing time zones really affects me, and having a travel pack makes it so much easier. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Sarah. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/Sarah to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. All right, are you ready for Cover Snark? Spooky Cover Snark? Let's do this. On with the podcast. I have a wait, and then I have I love the title, but then I have the actual cover I brought to Snark. So technically I have 2 runners up and a winner. Of course. Yeah, because I can't ignore all the covers wishing for my attention because some of them are like, what?
I call this one Crimes Against Tom Hardy.
Oh no. Oh dear God. Oh wow. I think that is Tom Hardy.
Right?
How come only half of... Okay, I have a couple of questions. All right.
Yeah, it could be Halloween themed because there's a lot of orange on this cover.
This is very pumpkin. There's a lot of pumpkin shades here. Okay, let me try to describe this. Okay, so half of the background is blue and space, and half of the background is orange and space. Yeah. A person who looks remarkably like Tom Hardy, only with yellow cat's eyes, has long red, orange hair. And I would go so far as to say that some conditioner might be a good idea for some of the hair. It looks a little tangly. And then there's like metal things on his framing his head, like 2 halves of a heart on either side, plus some shoulder armor.
On one shoulder.
One shoulder.
Yeah.
But half of the guy, like 1 arm, 1 shoulder, 1 pec, and a little bit of ab is orange and hairy. And the other half is black and white human skin with no hair. So it looks like half of a wax has happened here. Or this person is half shifter. But the title is My Alien Manumitter. What the fuck is a manumitter?
I don't know.
Manumitter. Someone who frees others from bondage. An emancipator from slavery, or Someone who manumits. Thanks very much for that definition.
We
What is a
learned a new word
manumitter? Well, someone who
today.
manumits. All right. So what is this person manumitting? Wait, are they manumitting themselves because half of them is hairy and half of them, and they're like freeing themselves? Is that why the shoulder armor is shattering, kind of?
I don't look.
Wow. What made you
No
pick this
clue.
cover? Was there one particular element or was it just everything?
It was just like, wow, there's a lot going on here.
This is a lot happening in this
There's
cover.
a
What
lot
the
going
hell?
on. Why would they do
Wow.
this to Tom Hardy?
Right.
He's got like things looking like they're gonna poke his eyeballs out. The like weird like helmet sort of contraption. There's also something about like the hands. I know he's like holding his own hands, but they don't even look like they belong to the same person.
No, one of them has got claws and fur. Are they a shifter too?
I think they are. It's just a lot's going on.
Wow.
And I feel so bad. Does Tom Hardy know his likeness is being used like this?
It really does look like Tom Hardy.
Right?
Like a lot. I also question the efficacy of this facial armor. Like, what's it supposed to do? Because for me, that just looks like an eye injury waiting to happen. There's 2 points pointing down at the bridge of his nose.
Yeah, it's not like a helmet.
If he sneezes, he's fucked.
Oh, yeah.
This is a bad sneeze face armor.
And then just armor on one shoulder.
Always the armor on one shoulder or one arm and just like nips blasting for aliens.
Yeah, and maybe he's wearing like an armored belt of some sort.
Oh, I just noticed that there's some sort of metal filigree over his belly.
Yeah, like a cummerbund, a metal cummerbund.
Or he's trapped in a fence and that's what he needs to be manumitted from.
Maybe. But there's just a lot.
There is a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta wonder at the use of the word manumitter. Like,
I've never heard that word before.
No, there's a lot to gaze upon.
Yes.
I do have to say, I am impressed that the background of the exploding orange planet and his body fur match.
Yeah.
There's really good color balance between I can't believe I'm saying these words. There's really good color balance between the body fur and the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was really well done.
Is this like a compliment sandwich?
Yeah. It's a shit sandwich. That's what you get here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So first, I will show you. I want to know, speaking of, this looks like somebody. I'm going to send you a runner-up cover and tell me what you notice first about this cover.
Oh, boy. Okay. I get, and I don't know if this is who you're going, it's a mix for me between Kira Sedgwick and Taylor Swift.
That is exactly what I was thinking. Like Kira Sedgwick and Taylor Swift had a baby.
Yeah.
Also, when you look at this, you know how you have to design a cover so that it looks good as a thumbnail and looks good in a larger, this in thumbnail, it looks like she has no arms, but hands are coming out of her pants.
Yes. No, for real.
Yeah.
Because like the elbows are so far tucked back.
Yeah. And the hair is so big you can't see her shoulders. It looks like she has no arms, but then there's hands coming out of her pants.
Yeah.
And you notice the early 2000s low-rise jeans, right?
I hate it.
I hate it. Yeah.
And the chunky belt.
Oh yeah. It's the urban fantasy belt. I bet it has metal studs on it. You can't be an urban fantasy heroine on the cover of a novel. If you're wearing regular pants, you have to wear the urban fantasy belt, which was leather with studs on it.
But what a blowout she's got going on.
I mean, it really looks like she had a great one of those things where you wind up your hair at night and then it has these big beachy waves. She did a great job with that technique. I think someone saw it on TikTok and told me about it, which is useless to me because I have short hair. I also want to draw your attention to the fact that this is the Appleton Wolves trilogy, and I'm pretty sure that Elise lives in Appleton. I feel like I should send this to her and be like,
How
hey,
many wolves are in Appleton?
Guess what? There's wolves. She'll be like, great, pudding will destroy them for me.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, that was like, oh, Taylor Swift, wait, where are her arms? Was the first thing I thought of with that one.
And of course, Howling Wolf, always a classic.
Do you think that there is like a wolf photography union where the wolves are like, all right, they're going to take more pictures for shifter books. All right, Sam, you're going to go on a rock and you're going to look at the sky. Bob, I need you to look over your shoulder menacingly. All right, Teresa, I need you to just look like at the camera and look really mad because chances are you're going to be put in front of some guy's crotch. So just look mad about it. Yeah, wolf poses the union.
I
Okay.
just picture more of it like a stage moms thing, where like one lady owns a bunch of wolves.
Like Dance Moms, the wolves? Yeah. Oh my God.
Yep.
All right. This other cover is another runner-up, and I don't know why this made me laugh, but there are it's just cracking me up. Describe this amazing cover, please.
So it's a bit of a clip art cover.
This is not only clip art, this is like a MS Paint cover.
Yeah. So you have a blonde, curly-haired fortune teller with her hands posed over an orange crystal ball that has like jack-o'-lanterns and bats and trees, and then behind her is I'm assuming
I don't know what that is,
of a werewolf man.
I mean,
just cursing the moon.
He's real mad. real mad.
And the title is My Hairy Halloween.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate.
The thing that cracked me up is that I saw this cover by accident right before I left to go get waxed. And I was like, oh, I'm not having a hairy Halloween. There's also a sequel. There's also a sequel called You've Got Tail.
Okay.
Yep. So
everyone, can we just have a meeting of you don't have to do a pun. Puns are not necessary, guys. No, is someone making you do pun titles?
Yes. All right. So I have the complete reading order of this series. Would you like to know?
Sure.
You've Got Tail.
Okay.
My Furry Valentine.
Oh, God.
Thank You for Not Shifting.
What?
Thank You for Not Shifting. My Hairy Halloween. In the Midnight Howl. My Peculiar Road Trip. Furred Lines. My Wolfie Wedding, and Who Let the Wolves Out.
It is the year of our Lord 2022. Please, I'm begging you, no more Who Let the Dogs Out references. I thought we've left that behind us.
No.
We will never know who let those dogs out. It is an unsolved mystery. Let's just pack it in, folks.
There's also the Hex Drive series. Hex me, baby, one more time. Oops, I hexed it again, and I want your hex. I thought that the pun titles were mostly in the food/bookstore/cat/tea shop mystery.
Everywhere.
Yeah, like Much Ado About Muffin.
Stop it.
Grilling the Subject, a cookbook nook mystery. The pun titles in the mystery world are absolutely astonishing, and they are coming into romance more and more. And I'm honestly not sure how to feel about this, because on one hand, I love a terrible pun. On the other hand, it's like, I mean, to be fair, they've been part of historical romance for a really long time, because I remember being at an RT Awards. So this is some years ago. At a Romantic Times award ceremony. Like somebody was publishing books, and the titles were all puns of children's titles. Like if you give a moose a muffin.
Yeah.
If you give a duke give a duke a muffin. I don't know. Do dukes like muffins?
Give everybody muffins.
Muffins are fine. Yeah. So that was my second runner up, but this is the cover that I have brought you.
Oh God.
And I'm very excited about it. And I need to pull up the description, because it is amazing. Please describe this. All right, we've lost Amanda.
I audibly gasped for didn't know if you caught that.
All right, so tell me what you see, and then I'm going to read you the cover copy, because the cover copy fits alarmingly well to this. So
the top half of the cover are two ladies.
Yes.
And one of them has a short blonde, pixie cut.
Super cute.
Looks very happy to be there, wearing a black tank top. I'm not sure is appropriate for fall, but whatever.
I mean, maybe it's one of those places where fall is hot, but
Or, maybe she has a jacket she can layer.
She could be going through perimenopause, having some hot flashes,
maybe.
little personal
and then
summer.
next to her is a brunette who looks fucking pissed.
This is Side-Eye, the cover, right?
So much side-eyeing the blonde woman, looking so mad that she is there.
Yep.
The brunette has very heavy, dark eyeliner.
Oh, yeah.
Is wearing a leather jacket.
Oh, yeah.
And then the bottom half is just like two smiling pumpkins and a bunch of lights.
Yep.
And the title is A Hellhound for Halloween.
Yep.
I'm guessing the brunette is the Hellhound.
How could you guess?
Pissed.
All right.
She looks so mad.
I'm going to tell you the cover copy.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you that this is book 2 in the Park Ranger Shifters series.
Of course it is. Of course. Yeah.
And I'm going to try to make it through the first sentence without laughing. Boy. Are you ready?
Luck. I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, wait, I'm already losing it. Okay.
Did not make it very far. Sorry.
I did not make it very far. I'm failing already. Okay. Chipmunk shifter Charlotte. I'm sorry. All right. You made
That's
a face.
Definitely the blonde. That's definitely the blonde.
You made a face and I lost it. I'm going to try one more time here.
Nope. Maybe third time's the charm.
Chipmunk shifter Charlotte can't believe it when she finally meets her true mate. Chipmunk shifter.
Okay, question. Let's stop. Question.
Just one question?
Just one question. When she shifts,
I'm crying.
Is she the actual size of a chipmunk or is she a human-sized chipmunk?
Oh, I don't know.
Also, that's all very important for sexy times.
Oh, absolutely.
Is it gonna
have you seen A League of Their Own? The TV series?
I haven't watched the TV series.
Okay. It's very, very good. But there is one scene where the main character, Carson, starts a relationship with another woman who's a lot taller, and the other characters are like, how does the height difference work? So she's so tall. What do you do? It's very funny.
You lay down, I guess.
So yeah, maybe they can work this out. But anyway, Chipmunk shifter Charlotte.
Sure.
Can't believe it. Finally meets her mate. She definitely can't believe it when the gorgeous woman leaves her standing by the side of the road. But Charlotte refuses to give up on her mate and their chance at happiness. When Teresa has to track down a criminal in the state park Charlotte works at, Charlotte grabs the chance to spend more time with her. She'll show Teresa they're meant to be together no matter the risk. Teresa lives for the chase. As a hellhound shifter, she never loses a trail and uses her unique skills to find dangerous shifters and bring them to justice. So she's a cop. Meeting her mate is the last thing she needs. She can't put Charlotte in danger. She'll just have to fight her attraction until she's solved her case and can leave, because that always works.
Yeah.
Never mind that her hellhound has decided that the only one thing matters, chasing down their mate. Hellhound for Halloween is a steamy shifter romance and perfect.
For Christmas.
Yeah. A hellhound for Halloween is a steamy shifter romance and perfect if you like chipmunks coming to the rescue and stubborn hellhounds.
I thought it was just going to be if you like chipmunks coming. And I was like, excuse me.
I regularly think when I am thinking, wow, I could really go for a shifter romance. I want lesbian chipmunk hellhound coming to the rescue romance.
What do you think is the weirdest shifter pairing we could think of?
What is the weirdest shifter pairing we could think of? Okay, I will say going just on this cover, chipmunk shifter and hellhound shifter is a pairing. That's definitely. I would like to point out, though, the minute you hear chipmunk shifter Charlotte, you know exactly which one it is.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
This is outstanding photography selection right here.
Yeah.
Like, could you go to the stock photography site and just start typing in woman who looks like a chipmunk?
Yeah.
I mean, it totally works. This cover is amazing.
I would have appreciated more if it were switched.
Wait, so if the short-haired woman is the hellhound, and the side-eye angry chick
like a grumpy chipmunk.
I mean, chipmunks should be grumpy. There's some chipmunks who live under my porch, and they are teasing Buzz and I don't think they understand how much of a long game Buzz will play. He's like,
Oh,
I'm
for
going to
sure.
get a chipmunk, and then he's going to give it to me, and I'm going to have to pretend to be excited
It's
about
like,
it.
look what I brought you.
I brought you a dead thing, the lady. I love you so much. Oh, thank you so much for putting it on my foot. Oh my God, I'm screaming inside. It was really hard to put on glasses and headphones at the same time. All right, because I was crying. I had salt on my glasses because I was crying so hard about
Oh
chipmunk shifters.
no.
All right, weirdest shifter.
I feel like the
Pairing.
weirdest pairing, you'd like lean into the size difference. So it's like blue whale, water bear.
Water bear?
Oh.
What the fuck is a water bear?
Google water bear.
Do I want to do this?
Yeah, it's not gross.
Water bear.
Or tardigrades, right?
Oh, it's a tardigrade. A water bear or a moss piglet are a phylum of 8-legged segmented microanimals. So it looks like a potato bug with a little anus for a face.
Yeah.
So a water bear.
Or like blue whale head louse.
Wow.
Just like super big, teeny tiny.
Super small. Wow. That is a really tough pairing because it's one thing to have like, so for example, I remember reading a Vivian Arend book where the hero is a wolf shifter and is like, I found my mate. I found her. She is the one. And the person that he's fallen for is a cat shifter. And she basically looks at him and says, yeah, we don't do that. So no, I'm not your mate because I don't know who you are. I don't care what your wolfy parts say. We're cats. We don't do that. So how about we get to know each other in an ordinary way? He's like, no, wolf, mate, mine. And she's like, yeah, no. So I loved that.
What if it's a head louse and they realize that they found their mate once they've gotten onto their head?
But do they shift into a full-size human?
Oh, that'd be funny.
Right? Because theoretically, the equilibrium of these two characters is their human form. I mean, assuming that by shifting, we have humans and animals. So shifting between human and some other states. So the size differential, if they shift into a human, then that means that there is some sort of size equilibrium between the two of them before they return to their other forms.
Yeah, and they just like whisper in the person's ear, hey, I'm a head lice shifter. We're mates. And then he
like jumps off someone's ear and shifts into a whole naked person.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I'm here.
I'm trying so badly not to scratch my head right now because just the mention of it just makes me itchy. But I agree the size differential creates a lot of tension.
What about an earthworm?
An earthworm shifter?
Yeah.
Huh. Who would you pair an earthworm? Like a robin shifter? Don't make me dinner?
What an opposites attract.
Yeah, right? He should be my dinner.
I just want nasty bug shifters. Why don't we get those?
All right. Now I'm going to look at Amazon bug shifters.
You're probably going to get something real gross.
Is that like rule 36 of the internet? Like rule 34 for me. Rule 34 is
I guarantee you're going to get like a cover of like a hot bikini clad lady next to like a praying mantis bug.
Oh, that would be awesome. Dancing with my elf.
The elf, the bug.
KL, the were zoo. I don't want the wares to be in a zoo, although that apparently has an animal. Ooh, hang on. I'm going to share this cover with you because this is This is not bugs. Check out the photo composition on this one.
Okay, I'm waiting. Oh, God.
They've reflected the abs of the hero and the trunk of the elephant.
I don't like it. They kind of like blur together.
Yeah, like whoop. All right. So where bugs does not.
I typed in bug shifter.
I did too, and all I'm finding are motorcycle club shifters.
Are they secretly bugs?
I mean, maybe.
Bug alien romance novel.
Bug alien romance. Oh my God. Well, you can, if you search bug shifters, you can then drill down to secret baby, workplace, alpha male, biker, criminals, and outlaws.
The scorpion's mate. But the thing that they have on the cover is not a scorpion.
Well, that seems like false advertising.
This thing has wings. Scorpions don't have wings, right?
I don't think so. Oh,
I don't
that's
know enough
terrifying.
about
There's also
bugs.
Taken by the Scorpion, the Kraken's mate, the Clone's mate.
Yeah, I see one with like a spider guy.
Wow. Scorpions,
Guys,
uniqueness
I
of
feel like this is
nature.
an untapped market, so feel free to get in on it.
Scorpion mate. Okay, I am pretty sure we've snarked this. I'm putting it in the Slack because I need to know if we've snarked this. Have we snarked this? I'm pretty sure I remember
Yes.
that tale.
Yep, we have.
Yep. So Red Planet Dragons of Tagus. I feel bad for the audiobook narrator. Yeah. So that person has a scorpion tail. Wait a minute. I don't understand the back and the muscles, but the shape of the body and the hair are all very
like we talked about the hair. I remember that.
Right. Can you imagine though, if you were a scorpion shifter and your scorpion tail was just hanging out there, would you be able to like brush your own hair without like stinging yourself? Because your tail's just back there.
I would hope so. I would hope you'd have enough control to be able to do that.
I don't know if the most incongruous shifter combination is based on size differential or habitat differential. Because like you would have some trouble with if you were a water animal shifter and then a land animal shifter. Like you'd both have to be human and breathing. Unless it's like that movie Splash where when Tom Hanks dives under the water with Daryl Hannah, he can breathe underwater as long as he's with her.
Yeah.
So maybe that would work. You know, you have like the Splash rule of breathing underwater. I just want everyone to know, by the way, that I am not high. I am absolutely considering this with an entirely sober brain. This is just how it works. Also, can you believe, just pause for a minute. Can you believe that this is your job? Like, it's literally my job to get cover snark in my inbox, and I love it every day. It is so great. So is the biggest shifter, like, because you want to build in a source of tension with your shifter romance, right? You need to have a source of tension. So is it the size differential? Is it the habitat? Or is it the predator-prey conflict? Like if you are a worm and a robin?
It really like taps into that meme of like, would you still love me if I were a worm?
I mean, I guess.
I want someone to write that book and put that line in there.
Oh.
Like, someone falls in love with a person not knowing that they're a worm shifter. It's like, would you still love me if I were a worm? Yes, I would. We're like, well, then prove it. And then they shift into their little worm body.
Is the best shifter combination something that's going to create conflict in the plot? Or is it something else that's going to create the differential that makes it interesting? Like, for example, I know that a lot of readers email Nalini Singh and are like, how come you haven't done any stories about the rat shifters? They're so cool. And she's like, that was never in the plans because rat shifter.
I mean, authors have to realize that they're going to put a character in the book that's going to be in there for 3 fucking pages. And everyone is going to be like, when are they going to get their book? And the author's like, this person was only supposed to be in this series for 3 pages.
Yep.
And everyone's like, well, we love them now. You need to make a book.
And honestly, anyone who is my age who saw The Secret of Nim animated movie and saw the hot science rats in their clothes and their secret rose bush. I mean, fuckable rats is totally a thing.
I mean, I'm trying to think, not necessarily rats, but like Great Mouse Detective.
Totally. But that was just 2 mice though. That was 2 mice falling in love. Like
the rat was like the bad guy.
In the Great Mouse Detective, yes. And in The Secret of Nim, there are good rats and bad rats. You know what I should do? I should be like, what time is it what time is it in New Zealand? Nalini.
Get on up. We got to talk about rats.
Nalini, we need to know about rat fucking. We need some rat shifter romance. I mean, I know that there is a contingent of her audience that is like, and the rat shifter, please. What time is it in New Zealand?
I would say like at nighttime?
It's 4 a.m. So yeah, we'll leave Nalini alone. Otherwise, I'd be like, Nalini, wake up. We got to talk about rat fucking. I'm sorry, what? And she's so nice. She would be like, wait, just let me get some tea. We'll talk about rat shifting. So I think part of it, is that, if romance is always like a half step up fantasy, you're fantasizing about someone with more power or more autonomy or more money or more freedom or more something than you have in your life in as the reader. You need to pick a shifter that's going to engender some sort of admiration, or you're aiming for the I'm slightly grossed out, but this is hot market.
I think like I'm more bored. Like they're either werewolves or they're either wolves or like bears,
lions.
Like, let's get something interesting. Like that's why I'm glad Shelley Lawrence did like honey badgers. That was kind of neat.
I love that.
They were hybrids too.
Yeah, there were hybrids. And then there were also like panda shifters. The panda shifter was one of my favorite characters because he's just like, I'm really not worried about anything. I'm just going to sit in a tree and eat bamboo. It's all good.
Yeah. So I think like mine is just coming from a place of like, I want just something else. There are so many animals out there. Like, why do they always got to be wolves, bears, or lions?
Yeah, I think I got a Rec League request that I CC'd you on of, are there shifters that aren't wolves? Oh, absolutely there are. What do you want? There is a shifter buffet. But now I'm curious, what is the weirdest shifter you've read? And I'm curious about people who are listening. What's the weirdest shifter they've read, right?
I feel like I don't really remember any like weird ones. I do remember Elise reading one of the new Psy Changelings and mentioning that there's like a whole host of like underwater shifters.
Yes, in the new Trinity series. I haven't read the latest one yet. Because I did that big old epic reread, started at the beginning and just went right through. There's water animals in the new Trinity, which makes sense. I mean, more than half the world is water. There's animals in there. It makes sense.
Like the Shelley Lawrence one was probably the most like the strangest one in recent memory, or like deviates from the norm,
right? And the thing with Shelley Lawrence's books is that they are already so over the top. And just
you could
bombastic.
Have a honey badger Siberian tiger hybrid and be
good. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, absolutely. And sometimes when I'm reading a Lawrenceston book, I'm like, all right, what animal are you going to be? Because I know it's going to be something wild.
Yeah.
What are you going to be? Tell me about it. Yeah, I think the honey badger Siberian tiger combo is probably the weirdest one I've read recently.
Yeah.
And I do hold out hope that Nalini's going to write the rat shifters, because I think that's a good idea. Should definitely write some rat shifters. For sure. Absolutely. So what are you reading that you want to tell people about?
I'm currently reading The Boxing Baroness by Mary Spencer. I just started it, so we're pretty new on it because it's allergy season, so I can't do anything really. And just still power washing.
Oh, I have been power washing up a storm while listening to podcasts.
Emma and I did the skate park the other day.
Oh, I'm just about to start that one. Yeah. I needed, so we hooked the Xbox up to the TV in the living room. And so I lay down on the couch. I set up a TV tray with snacks and water. I put in podcasts. I set up a playlist and I just listen and watch. Like I subscribe to the Patreon for maintenance phase to get the bonus episodes. Yeah. And I've just been listening to all the bonus episodes, delighted with all of them.
There was one day I was like having a rough week or whatever. And I'm like, Emma, I know you're busy. Do you mind if I power wash without you? Aww. And she's like, go for it. So I took an edible and I just sat there and cleaned a driveway. Just like a nice, neat little lines.
Oh, isn't a driveway so satisfying to clean?
Yeah. So that's what I did. But we have, normally we get together on like Sunday nights and we power wash. Or if we're having like a pretty rough week or day, we'll text each other and be like, are you around to power wash? And so we'll get together. I think we got together Sunday afternoon. And it's like pre-therapy therapy. We just kind of like vent.
Yep.
While we're cleaning stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I friggin' love it. I love how relaxing it is. And I don't mind being interrupted. It's not like I'm playing Dragon Age where I'm like, no, you can't talk to me. I'm in a cutscene and I got to kill a giant, or this dragon is about to destroy me. I will
die if I leave my character here.
Right. Like, so I have to figure out, like after I power wash and after I finish my quilt that I'm making, what is my next project? And I'm currently, so I just finished rereading Hither Page. I wanted to read cozy, low-key romance. So I reread that, and now I have to figure out what to read next.
In terms of projects, still working on the cross stitch. We got some more plants.
Oh, it looks so good.
And then my new project that I can't start yet because I don't have everything. Everyone, I feel like this Christmas is gonna get personalized D&D dice.
Mm.
So I used to do resin stuff, and I would do it with dried flowers.
Yeah.
And making resin dice for D&D isn't that much different. You just need a mold.
Right.
So I'm getting a personal set of like dice masters made.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. And so once those arrived, those have shipped, I like worked with a person for like a little logo and stuff, which is going to be like a little Luna moth. Aww. On one of the dice faces.
So you're going to make custom dice for people?
Yeah.
That's
once
so
it arrives,
sweet.
I can cast it into a mold and then start making dice. But I have like resin stuff. I have like inks to dye it. I've got glitters or like mica powder. So like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Isn't it fun when you start something and then maybe a year later, you're like, oh, all of the stuff for this I can use for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Every step on the journey is important.
Even so I'm super pumped about that project.
That's awesome. I want to see pictures.
Yeah, I think like for Christmas, I asked for like a pressure pot. To try to get all of these like with resin, like bubbles will show up in the resin. Yeah. And when I was working with like open molds, like coasters, I can easily like pop those bubbles with like a heat torch.
Yeah, of course. You could it's not that deep. It's pretty shallow.
But with like a resin mold, it's like, or a dice mold, it's like thicker and deeper. Mm-hmm. So I can't like reach certain spots. So we'll see how the first batch comes out.
That's
not
so
having
great.
A pressure pot, but I'm excited.
You could put like tiny little book charms, like the kind of charms that you get for jewelry that look like books or glasses. You could like drop them into the resin.
Oh yeah. There's so many like inserts and stuff that you can do.
Maybe for the site anniversary, we can give away a set of dice.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I would love that.
I'm excited for it.
Go you. And that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Happy Halloween weekend if you are listening before Halloween. And if you're listening way into the future, hello, I hope things are wonderful with you. I am curious. What is the weirdest shifter pairing you have seen? What's the most memorable shifter you've read? I love how in romance, nothing is out of bounds when it comes to shifters. I really hope there are blue whale shifters very soon. But I want to hear from you. Please tell me. Weirdest shifter pairing you adore, most memorable shifter you've read. You can email me at sbjpodcast@gmail.com. You can leave a message at 12013713272. You can send me bad jokes. You can join the Patreon and tell us in the Discord. We have a whole channel for talking about each episode. And you can leave a comment on the website. There's so many ways to tell me your opinion. And I want to hear your opinion. So please tell me. Shifters, weirdness. Tell me all about it. I always end with a terrible joke, and this week is no exception. This joke comes from my younger child. Are you ready? He came running into my office to tell me this joke. Why isn't a koala a sloth? Why isn't a koala a sloth? Because it doesn't have the right qualifications. I particularly love this joke because the college that I went to a women's college in South Carolina, and the mascot is a koala, which I always found hilarious because koalas don't do very much. They sleep like 90% of the day, and an enormous number of them have chlamydia. So yeah, our school mascot was a narcoleptic marsupial with a clap. Yay, go us! Qualifications. On behalf of everyone here, we wish you the very best of reading. Have an awesome weekend, and we will see you back here next week. Smart Podcast Trashy Books is part of the Frolic Podcast Network. You can find more outstanding podcasts to subscribe to at frolic.media/podcasts.